Today we're going to cover off what we would do if we were a retailer. It's a generic subject, but it will have application to a lot of people. So let's get into it. G'day everyone, Stuart here from Ferguson Group Media with another installment of If I Were A, the segment where we discuss what we would do if we were a retailer today. So we want to have a chat about how we would use the current environment, social media platforms, to advertise our business and build brand if we were a retailer. So the retail sector is obviously going to be heavily impacted at the moment and long term as a consequence of the current coronavirus. Why do I say that? Well, long term specifically because right now a lot of people are finding and introducing themselves to buying products online. They're understanding the convenience of it and that it's not typically that bad to have to wait a day or two to have what you've ordered arrive in the post or even overnight in a lot of cases. So businesses like Amazon, eBay, people with Shopify stores are really experiencing massive levels of growth in what they're delivering and what they're selling online. If you're a retailer now, how do you keep up with this and what do you do if you've got a bricks and mortar store that is currently closed? Well, first and foremost, retailing online is a challenging thing to jump straight into, but it is possible through platforms like Shopify. You could set up a Shopify store to help move inventory that you've got sitting on your shelves to convert that back into cash short term to help your business's cash flow. How would you advertise it online? Well, you could certainly advertise through Shopify has an ability for you to advertise on Facebook, so you could certainly connect the two together. However, we're not here to give you advice on setting up a Shopify store or anything like that, but it's certainly one way that you could get involved quickly if you're trying to respond to the online shopping that's going on and get access to that market. The first thing we would do if we were a retailer would be to encourage our retailing clients to produce videos of them using the products that they sell, demonstration videos, and you could do this in a couple of different formats. You could certainly do a live if you were able to do that, and doing live feeds can be quite difficult, so you just need to be aware of yourself and whether or not you're able to do a live feed. If you're not, then just record a video, and it may be that if you are a reseller, so you resell other people's products, able to do reviews of those products being used or solving people's problems. So like a stain remover or car polish to remove scratches, actually get out and do a video of you using that product. It will get people who've got that problem to engage with the video and then recognize that they can get that product from your business, particularly if you're offering online purchasing platform at the moment, or if you've got like click and collect or a way to service their requirement while we're on this restriction trading that we're getting through at the moment. The second thing that we would do is tell your story. So if you are the brand, so let's say we were Nike, what we would be doing at the moment if we were Nike is telling the story of Nike. So how did Nike start? How did the swoosh come about? Where did they get the idea for the slogan of just do it? They might even do like a parody of the Forrest Gump thing and just tell this the who, what, when, where, how, and why of their business to get people to relate to the brand and get an emotional attachment to the brand. So let's say you're a little bit smaller than Nike, and let's be fair, most of us are. You would go through that same process with your business. So why did you start selling what you're selling? What's your passion around what you're doing? When did you start? Why have you started? Where was your first shop? Is this your first shop? And even down to things like taking people on a tour of your retail premises. Now, again, I understand a lot of businesses are closed, but that doesn't stop the business owner from going into the store and doing these things. You're not prohibited from going to your premises if you are a retailer because you're going to work. And if you need to go to work, you need to go to work. So that's what we would be doing in terms of producing content, taking pictures, writing, and getting your products in as many places as you can, being platform aware, of course, as well. And we've got videos on being platform aware as well, if you're interested in that. The last thing that I would do is host a weekly show. So a Q&A show, and that way what you'll be able to do is to build a rapport with potential customers. So it might be that you answer product questions if you're the owner of the products that you sell. If you're a reseller, again, you might bring a product into your live and have a discussion about it and what it can do and what it can't do, or ask people to submit questions and answer questions on a weekly basis. And that way, again, you're opening a channel of communication with potential customers who may not have seen you before. And that is a really powerful way to build your brand and get people to know the person behind the business, so that you position yourself beyond this as a business with more awareness. And at the end of the day, marketing, that's all we're trying to do with marketing, is to build brand awareness. There's a lot of people who do sales stuff, and that's fine. But in terms of building your brand, you want to build awareness of the brand, awareness of people's understanding of what your brand stands for, what your products stand for. So any way you can have a two-way conversation with customers at the moment, particularly on a personal level, and albeit it's over the internet, it is still reasonably personal, is going to help your brand in the long term. So beyond all of this COVID-19 stuff we're going through right now. So hopefully this has brought you a little bit of value. As I said in previous videos, we're going to be doing more of these, and we'd really love it if you could give us some industries that you'd like us to focus on. So if you're in an industry that you want some advice about, or if you're stuck in a rut and you don't know what to do, then email me, Stuart, Stuart, at fergusongroupmedia.com. And I'm happy to try and do a future If I Were A around your industry or your business to see how we would market it if we were in your position at the moment. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time on If I Were A.